What's up guys, Daniel here, and today I'm going to be telling you about the Biden family plan and is this the end of real estate tax benefits? So if you didn't know, a few days ago the White House released the Biden family plan, which is essentially a proposal, a bill to give a bunch of subsidies and free stuff and money basically to families and lower income people and minorities and all sorts of stuff. Basically a very socialist, very, give everything away, we're gonna just pay for it with the rich people's money type of plan, right? And of course, wherever you fall on the spectrum, it all sounds great in theory, but probably not gonna work out. So to get back to what you really care about is the effect it has on real estate. So it's an extremely expensive plan, trillions of dollars, and they plan to pay for it by taxing rich people and taxing real estate investors like you and me. Some of the taxes and the changes to the laws is as follows, which it could, potentially be very bad for real estate investors. So the plan aims to get about $700 billion from rich people and real estate investors and additional taxes from this change over 10 years, which is still a fraction of what the bill costs today and very unlikely that they'd actually be able to achieve those numbers because the real estate tax law and rich people tax law is set up to incentivize wealth creation and wealth building activities like investing in affordable housing, investing in businesses, things like that. So the three things that it really affects is it removes the stepping up basis for real estate if you were to die and pass your property to your heirs. Now what that means is, say I have a piece of real estate and it is, say I bought it at $100,000, well over 6 years or whatever that I'm alive, say it appreciates to $1 million. Well, if I was to sell it a day before I die, I'd have to pay taxes on that $900,000 worth of gains. And that would be a very fat tax bill, and I don't want to pay that. So I want to pass it on to my heirs and continue using the property and having it provide whatever it does. And what happens right now is that when you pass it along, when that person inherits it, it actually steps up the tax basis. So they would inherit a property at $1 million value and not have to pay the gains or taxes on any of the gain in value upon that transfer. And that incentivizes people to basically keep their properties, pass it down to their kids, work on them, everything else, and so on and so forth. The other big thing that it would get rid of is the 1031 exchange or gains on that, which basically incentivizes people to keep trading up and buying new properties and selling their properties to newer investors that are looking for something else. And this keeps the velocity of real estate going because you can actually tax defer your property and that can provide more. You can actually use more of your money to reinvest in bigger things, renovate more things, bring up the entire market as a whole, and it's a very good deal. This would do away with the 1031 exchange for the most part. So that's not good because it would incentivize people to hold on to their properties longer, never sell, and then it would just make the real estate market even worse and make it even more difficult to buy a property because nobody would ever want to sell their properties and trade up or face a very large tax bill. Now, the other main thing it would do is get rid of the capital gains tax rate and instead just have normal income. So what that is, you have actually special tax rates. Most commonly is 20% that you would pay on capital gains instead of the normal income rate, which varies depending on your income. It can be as high as about 37%, or they're trying to change it to 40% or 39.6%. And so it basically, this is set up is so that people are incentivized to not just spend their money willy-nilly, but actually take it and invest it in assets like real estate so they can cash flow and pay them dividends, and when they sell them they're taxed less, so that way they can then reinvest more money into other stuff. Because guys, you need capital formation and you need lots of money in reserve to pay for things like people's salaries, build companies, build real estate. All this stuff requires you to have a lot of money stacked up, and to give 40% or 50% to the government every time you sell something is a big whack on what you can actually do and reinvest that back into society. That's what would happen if they pass the Biden family plan. You get a lot of benefits to families and lower income folks and things like that. Whether or not they'd actually manifest is yet to be seen, but their plan to pay for it is really not even going to generate enough money to do so, and they're probably just going to have to print more money to pay for it anyway. So let me know what you think about this very controversial bill in the comments below. This is very different. The tax law on this hasn't really been changed for nearly 100 years, and to change it now after the system's working is going to be a real shock. You'd probably see a big market crash before, and because everyone's going to be trying to sell out before they have to pay lots higher taxes on all of their assets. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you like political content like this or content related to the government or anything like that. Please like and subscribe if you like this, and I'll see you in the next video.